Welcome to the High Stakes Fantasy Network podcast, brought to you by PlayNFC.com.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the High Stakes Fantasy Network. I'm your host, Greg Ambrosius, and this is our third interview this week during the NFFC Champions Podcast Week. Once again, I'm talking to another 2025 NFFC National Champion, and you may have seen him before because this isn't his first rodeo in the winner's circle. Let's welcome Wilson Moy, our 2025 Rotowire Online Championship overall winner. Wilson, welcome to the show.
Hello, Greg. How are you this evening?
Doing good. So I should just concentrate on you winning last year's Rotowire Online Championship and that $250,000 grand prize, because that's a phenomenal accomplishment. But I just couldn't resist. This is your second NFFC National Championship, as you also won the 2018 NFFC Classic Championship overall title and that $80,000 grand prize. I mean, you're starting to make this look easy. Is it easy to win a national championship?
Absolutely not. It's astronomical odds, and the fantasy gods have to be on your side.
You're an engineer. You know the odds are against you, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, you've done it twice, so you're doing something right. So I know you can't compare championships. The grand prizes are very different. The format was even different, 12-team and 14-teamers. But how does this one compare to that first overall title?
This one was greater besides the monetary side. It's because of the stress. The 14-teamer, because I won it at the very last week, there was literally no stress except for that one weekend. Because I started this one near the top after the first weekend. The stress was building because once you see that you have a shot, the stress builds. When you're like way on the bottom of the list, nobody, you're not really counting.
Yeah, definitely. Well, we'll talk about how you got there because that was pretty cool as well. But all right, let's concentrate on last year's overall title in the Rotowire Online Championship. Then we'll talk about your history in the NFFC. But last year we finished with 4,284 teams. You finished first overall, winning the $250,000 grand prize. But it wasn't without a sweat. There were 4 teams entered the final game of the regular season, the Monday night game between Los Angeles Rams, Atlanta Falcons, within 1.09 points of the top spot. 4 teams really within a point of winning $250,000. Now, I'm not trying to get ahead of myself, but have you ever seen a closer national championship than that one?
For me, no, because I've never been in that spot.
Yeah.
You would have to answer that question. But when you're in that position, all you can do is just set your best plan.
Yeah, I will say in 22 years of doing this in baseball and football, no, I've never seen one that close, not with 4 teams within 1 point. I mean, in 2023 and 24, we had teams from 47th place in the prime time move up to first place, right? So we haven't seen this where 4 teams are within 1 point with 1 game left, but pretty damn cool for sure. All right. What were your thoughts heading into that Monday night, knowing you're this close? You're, really 3 hours away from $250,000. Nervous, joyful? What were your feelings?
I actually believed I had a shot because I looked at the other rosters of the other teams, actually the top 10.
Yep.
And I had a very unique one. It was strange that Bijan Robinson wasn't heavily owned amongst the others. So once I knew that, and I think I had Bijan and Kyle Pitts as my only, and he didn't perform that.
Yeah, right.
Once I entered that game, I had those 2 players, even though some teams had 3 players left. I knew I had a chance.
Yeah.
It's because it was like 2 against 3.
Yeah, you were probably the favorite heading into that one for sure, but you never know what happens, right? We've seen an injury in the first quarter or something like that. So it's a really good story. We'll get into it tonight, but great finish to this Rotowire Online Championship. All right, let's go right back to the beginning of this story because you drafted this team on what was our first, I believe, online championship league of the season, April 27th. You went from April 27th to winning this thing like January 3rd or 4th or whatever it was. What's the advantage to drafting early in a format like this? And then what's the disadvantage to drafting early?
Well, I had to look it up. The obvious advantage is you can take advantage of a lot of soft ADP values.
Yeah.
I'm not a big ADP person, meaning I don't really use it as much to like determine my draft plan.
Mm-hmm.
But especially this draft was like the first day after the NFL draft. So
right.
There's no way ADP had any meaningful value. So if you like to look under the hood and see some of the things, you can take advantage of a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
So this draft should be the poster for it earlier. It was not without landmines.
Yeah.
The downfall is obviously, what we're experiencing during the preseason right now. There's a lot of these nagging injuries.
Yeah.
So that's the downside.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you know the player pool well, you might see some inefficiencies there that you can get guys, but absolutely, you're waiting 5 months basically or 4 months for the season to start and hoping none of those 20 guys that you have on your roster get hurt for sure. All right, this was a very good team right from the start. You won the $1,500 league title for most points and best head-to-head record through week 14. You entered the championship round 186th out of 883 teams. Seriously, with 883 teams, I mean, we know the odds. You got 1 in 883 chance, but how seriously did you think you had a shot at the overall title?
Actually, this goes for any time I make it into the championship round, the sprint. I never think about it because there's so many teams. I just think about just set your best lineup and let it go.
Yeah.
What you said was, I didn't know that was like, you said 883.
Yeah.
So 1 out of 100 is a 1%. 1 out of 1,000. So it's a little bit more than 0.1%.
That's right.
So it's, the odds are very small.
But someone's got to win it, so it might as well be you, right?
Why not me? Absolutely.
Why not you? All right. Well, it didn't take long for you to get to the top spot. Even though you started at 186th, you scored 230.65 points in week 15. You vaulted into first place. That was a top score in week 15. And if anybody remembers week 15, Thursday night game, Kyle Pitts goes off for 45.6 points. You've got him. You also got 30.5 points from Bijan that week, 31.5 from Travis Etienne. I mean, talk about your emotions right from that Thursday night game, just watching 10 starters go off for 230 points.
Yeah, so you asked me what I think. I didn't think about it until after that game because I know, like, I listen to a lot of Sirius XM radio, fantasy radio, and the following week you can hear people griping, or the following Friday. I think that was a Thursday night game, right? So it was a Thursday night game. People are griping that they benched Kyle Pitts, and that's 45 points. And that basically, because my other star tight end was Juwan Johnson, so I'm glad I made the choice of starting Kyle Pitts.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, like you say, and in fact, in some fantasy leagues, people are like, "I'm done. My opponent had 45.6 from Kyle Pitts." If you're doing head-to-head, well, this is a 3-week sprint, but nobody was done. But holy cow, you guys all got a head start. All right, you had another good week in week 16, 208.5 points. You fell to third overall, but my goodness, 200-point weeks is pretty darn good. You were 11.3 points out of the lead. Again, what was your feeling? How confident were you going into that last week after that one?
Well, like you said, as long as I'm within reach, like top 10, top 20, even maybe top 30, actually, because the 2018 Classic, I think I was 31 or something. So if you're like in the top 30, you have a chance as long as your roster has enough firepower to put up a few hundred.
Yep, absolutely. All right, let's talk about week 17. So it started well for you. You got 45 points from Drake May, 25.9 points from Chris Halave, 13 points from Zay Flowers, 12 points from the Saints D. I mean, Olave and Robinson were beasts for you in the championship round, but you still needed Robinson to come through for you. Like you said, you had Pitts. He didn't do much. 4 teams basically were within 1 point of the title. You were the only one with Robinson. 2 teams had Puka Nacua. And so, yes, you were favored, but Puka could have gone off as well. So, interesting. But, yeah, Robinson got off to a great start. You take the lead. It was weird with the Rams offense because Puka had a couple of big plays, penalty flags. They just missed each other, him and Stafford. Were you sitting there booing against Puka, or how were you watching that game?
Well, when I watch football on Sundays, because I sweat games for betting, I'm pacing already. I can't do like the normal person, sit and watch. So I'm like pacing around. That's how I keep. That's just my nervous energy. But no, I mean, it was. I know I had a little bit of lead after the I think it's the 93-yard run, touchdown run by Bijan. But yeah, Puka, because they got a big lead. The Rams were chasing points. I remember that.
Right.
I think it was like a 3-score lead or something.
Yeah.
So no, I don't wish any like ill will or anything. I was just hoping, just we'll take a break or something. But yeah, it was a sweat. But Bijan, I think in the second half had like a 40-yard run where he like juked, and once I saw that, I was like,
put you ahead. Yeah, it put you ahead for sure. But like you said, then the Rams started throwing. They were throwing a lot to try and come back. I think they did come within 6 points or so to come back. But in the end, Bijan got 39.9 points for you. You won the title by 19.2 points over Luis Carranza. Andrew Geller finished third. I mean, again, was it a feeling of pure joy, relief, probably? A little of both? What was it?
Oh, it was absolutely relief. I had to like wait 5-10 minutes for your system to update. Then I checked like some other websites to make sure that the stats were even like there was not like some sort of error in the stats. And then, all honesty, after that, because I live 25 minutes from the strip, 20 minutes from the strip without traffic, I stood in front of the Bellagio fountain, just like the end of Ocean's 11, for about half an hour.
Very good. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Very cool. Yeah, you set the record for the most points in the championship round. That's how good a team you had there. So big time. But you know what? People always talk about the big players on your championship team, the Bijans and stuff like that. Let's take a note of how you won this title, though. The Saints D scored 36 points for you in week 16 and 17. The Seattle kicker got 26.3 points for you in week 15. You picked up the Saints D in Fab in week 12. You picked up the Seattle kicker in week 9 in Fab. In fact, you had the Seattle kicker, cut him, got him back in week 9. I mean, talk about those key pickups that people don't realize. Every single point counts, and kickers and defenses matter, right?
Exactly. Well, I think Seattle finished as the top kicking unit in the NFL last year. So, yes, I did pick them off Fab for like $3 in week 4. I cut them because I think it's the fight. Because I didn't want to roster two kickers. And fortunately, I just overbid and someone didn't overbid in week 9 and got them back. So, I don't think a lot of people want to bid high on kickers, but they were my crown jewel.
But the Saints defense, I think you bid like 26 for them. So, I mean, that was a calculated one in week 12, right?
Absolutely, because I looked at the I'm not like beating my chest or anything, but I believe the process was I looked at their playoff schedule because I had a chance to make it. I just wanted a favorable schedule.
Yeah. You know what? Fab has been kind of barren the last couple of years, right? I mean, you're bidding every week, but we haven't had a whole lot. I mean, Michael Wilson was a pickup in Fab in some leagues last year, but it's been kind of barren. But you got to keep grinding, right? And so for you, how critical is Fab? I know you spend time on that every week, right?
Oh, yeah. That's the part of fantasy that I don't think any person that plays value enjoys. I'm already grinding on some Fab on those early season drafts. But, yeah, it's a lot of work. I mean, it's literally, I mean, once you're done with the draft, that's the the most fun part,
Yeah.
and it's all work. Nobody likes to like look at your roster, figure out who to cut, and dig for free agents.
Yeah.
Well, maybe there's some people that like that.
Well, if you think Fab is tough in football, you should try baseball. That's a bitch in baseball, I'll tell you that much. And you can talk to anybody that does both sports. But yeah, but it's very, very critical. And if you're thinking about joining the NFFC, just realize we got Fab on Wednesday nights and we've got him on Saturday nights. And now we got some Wednesday games. So we've got some Tuesday Fab. I mean, it's a lot of work, but it's very, very critical. All right, let's talk about this team. You drafted from the second spot in this early OC. You started out with Bijan, then followed with Jackson Smith and Jingba, Xavier Worthy, Zay Flowers, and Chris Olave. This is what we call a hero running back strategy, right? You get that one big stud, and then it's yellow brick road for 4 or 5 rounds. Is that what you were planning when you got Bijan?
Yes, but again, because I'm looking at it right now, because how early it was, a lot of times it depends on the draft flow when I pick up my next running back or whatnot. Apparently that wasn't a very good pick, so round 6. But to be honest, yeah, when you go Bijan up there, especially in the NFFC format, you have to have some strength at that.
Yep, definitely. All right, talk about what you liked about JSN and Olave. I mean, those were 2 guys on a lot of championship rosters last year. Again, JSN in the 2nd round, Olave in the 5th round. Very sweet. What'd you see in those 2 guys?
I'm going to keep the JSN handicap simple, and it's true too. Last year, I think DK Metcalf got traded. I don't think it was a free agent move. I think he just got traded.
Right, he got traded, right.
So I just basically said, somebody's got to catch the ball. And they had Varner, JSN, and a rookie Arroyo, and Shaheed was not on the team. He was like a mid-season trade. So I just basically looked at it from an opportunity side. I know there was a lot of people that are like, PBX likes to run the ball, but I just ignored it. And Olave, I'm not an Ohio State fan, but I've been watching him since he's with Justin Fields at Ohio State. So I always liked the game. So, as long as Derek Carr's not throwing the ball to him, I'm a Olave fan.
Yeah, I mean, he had concussions the year before, right? And that was the scary part. Like, could he stay on the field? The talent was there, but could he stay on the field was a big one. All right, let's talk about your big picks. I mean, you can win with the early ones, but Travis Etienne in round 8, Javonte Williams in round 9, before the Thursday night game, let's remember, like 5 months before the Thursday night game, Drake May in round 12. Hey, let's just tell people you took Justin Fields in round 11, then Drake May in round 12, and Kyle Pitts in round 13. Which of those did you like, or you like them all?
Well, I like them all, but I can't tell you that I planned Drake May to be the QB3, drafting him in that. I'm counting the 12th round.
Yeah.
So that was, again, that was just lucky. My tight end group, Kyle Pitts, I can't believe he was available in round 13.
Yeah.
But the other guy that did a lot of work for my team, because Kyle Pitts was really off and on at the beginning of the year and the middle. He had a couple of spike games, but Juwan Johnson, I got him in round 18.
Yeah,
he was literally like my primary starter until near the playoff time, and I was like, I'm going for upside. So I stuck in Kyle Pitts.
Yeah. Well, it worked out, that's for sure. But yeah, Juwan Johnson was very, very good. All right. Hey, we've had 16 different online championship overall winners in 17 years. Only Chad Schroeder has won this title twice. This year, I mean, you can tell it's a red hot contest. We're going to have over 5,000 teams. How tough would it be to win this thing again? Because now we're talking 1,000 teams in the championship round.
I'm doing the math in my head. 1 in 1,000 is 0.1%.
That's right. That's right. 1/10% you got.
So it's like 0.02%.
Yeah.
Because 1 in 1,000 is 0.1. So you divide it by 5. So those are astronomical odds.
Yeah.
Of course, I'm gunning for it, but
absolutely. And you're but you're going to have multiple teams, so you get the odds better with more teams. So keep going with those teams there.
Absolutely.
I know you've been in some online championship leagues already. Again, this contest is on fire. We're like at 3,300 teams already, over 200 finished leagues. I mean, it's definitely the hottest we've ever had this. Are you surprised by how hot this is, or this is a good price point for everybody, right?
I think it's a great. I believe it's a great price point. Actually, I'm not surprised it's hot. I'm actually surprised it's just got hot this year.
Yeah.
So I mean, so I don't, because there's a lot of them, and one of the most attractive things about this contest is there's third round reversals. So I a lot of times get like the end of the draft, and if you get like 2 or 3 back there, and it's not third round reversal, people can just like lose hope.
Yeah.
You know? But now a lot of times I want to be back because the build is different and everything. But yeah, no, I'm not surprised. The answer, sorry, went off the reservation.
Well, I will say we've gotten a lot of help from all these live streams. I don't know if you've been watching them, if you've been in them, but these live streams that our own customers are doing, we've got some promotional partners. I've done a few. Have you watched any of those?
I don't watch them during the draft because I'm too ADD, but I watch some like after the draft because I think they're kind of funny. Like the one on Monday, I don't know why. It was a good relief after I'm done with the draft. I flip it on to see. And a lot of times I use it to handicap myself because it's slow. And, it's good to entertain. I watch some, not all.
Yeah. All right. So I know you like to draft early in the season with the best ball leagues. Then you sometimes take a break, right? And then come back when training camps open. Has that been your strategy this year at all or not?
I think I may have done my last. I just stopped doing best ball like in the beginning of August because I want to focus on regional.
Yeah.
Because even though I can flip back and forth, sometimes I gotta like get myself into this is for redraft, not best ball.
Yeah.
And the biggest difference is I have to start some of these players.
Yeah.
Some of these players on my best ball team, there's no way I can start.
Yeah.
So I have to figure it out.
Well, I asked you in off air, you don't play auctions. And you're like, I'm focused. I'm focused on this format. This is it. That would get me going. I'd be doing more of those, right? I mean, you like you say, you'd probably love the auctions, online auctions especially, but you're trying to stay focused on the format you're comfortable with, right?
Yes. I try to keep them similar so I can have a feel.
Yeah. All right. Like I explained earlier, you're a 2-time national champion. You won the 2018 NFFC Classic overall title. I know it's like 8 years ago, but what do you remember from that one? Or don't you remember anything?
No, I only remember the last week because, again, one of your first questions about the stress. There was no stress because, again, I came from nowhere, and you just set your best lineup. And I believe, if I remember the week correctly, I think it was the week that Kansas City played the Seahawks. That was before we went to the 17th game, so it would be week 16. The final week. And because I had such correlation, I believe that's why my team went off.
Interesting. Good stuff. All right.
But no pressure.
Yeah, because it just came out of nowhere, and there you were
Exactly.
at the top. Yeah. All right, we've had very few 2-time national champions. Chad Schroeder's done it. Mark Cerebro's done it. They're both in the Hall of Fame. How does it feel to be in that kind of company and going for your 3rd overall title?
Well, I'm giving my best college try to win another overall, but it's those are great players. It's just there's a lot of great players in the NFFC, so I don't really think about it like that. But yeah, everybody knows. Those people.
Yep, definitely Chad and Mark for sure. All right, let's look at your history in the NFFC. I was taking a look at it. You first joined us in 2013. You joined 150 Best Ball League. How did you find us, and what attracted you to our contest?
2013, I started. I started out in local leagues, and I just got tired of the drama, so I just started like looking around for national contests where I could just sign up online and play. I don't want to deal with league nonsense and whatever politics. So I don't know how I may have just done a Google search and then. Well, no. First of all, I started at WCOF prior to me coming over because I remember the first time I drafted in your live event, knowing their humor because I wore like a Tim Tebow jersey, and you made like some snide remark as you walked by and introduced yourself. So I do remember that. I believe it was at the Bellagio.
Probably, yeah.
But I didn't. But it was probably like a Google search.
Yeah.
I was probably like interested in finding national contests that I can sign up.
Yeah. So how long had you been playing fantasy football before you came to the NFFC?
I started like 1999, 2000.
Okay.
So it was mostly work leagues and friends leagues, and I moved a lot. I moved around a lot, so I was playing people in Dallas, even though I was living in Denver, and like living in Seattle, playing people in Denver. So I was just like, there has to be an easier way. So I was looking for national. I was just looking for national.
Yeah. That's good. All right, you finished second in that one best ball league in 2013. Then you won 2 of your next 3 best ball leagues in 2014. You won 3 more best ball league titles in 2015. In fact, you finished 31st overall that year. So you had just done best ball for the first 3 years. What did you had played WCOFF, so you must have played other than best ball. What did you like about the best ball when you joined us?
Well, I learned the best ball through you guys. I didn't know well, I think you guys called it Draft Champion or something like that.
Yeah.
So I was just like, this is kind of cool. I don't have to like line waivers and figure out start sit. I was like, because drafting best ball is the most drafting is the most fun.
Yeah,
I
definitely.
Guess there's some waivers out there, but that's if I just wanted to. I didn't know it, so I tried it. That's when I did glad you told me this. I didn't know it. I tried it, and I was like, oh, the site's okay. It was just not. There was like other, another reason why I started slowly. There was like another. I'm not going to mention another website that like. It's not WCL. It was like a low stakes, and they literally went out of business. So I had like my trust level was a little low at that time.
That did happen back then in the early 2010s, no doubt about it. I think I know which one you were talking about.
I had some funds over there.
Yeah.
So, anyways, I don't want to slander anyone, but I know Chad was in the leagues.
For sure. There are a lot of guys that got it there. So you joined your first primetime league in 2016. You won a league title, finished 12th overall in your first one. I mean, talk about what made you jump into that primetime league and the fab format.
I'm a gambler, so I like action. So I just if it was available, I just jumped on it. It's just it was probably one of my first. It was probably one of my first high stakes because even though I played it, it wasn't like consistent. It was like maybe one a year, and then I started like I was like, this is no different than me going to the casino.
Yeah.
It's just entertainment. So
yeah.
I was just like, okay, look, your company's been around. I now have faith. You're not like disappearing with funds and accounts are disappearing, but it was like, okay, let's up it up. Let's up it.
Yeah. And then you came the next year. You went to the prime time in Las Vegas. I mean, that year, actually, 2016, you came to did a prime time in Las Vegas. We had Coronas there, right? So that probably was appealing to you. So what was your experience that first year when you got there? You saw the buffet, you saw the camaraderie. I made fun of your Tim Tebow jersey. Did you feel at home? Did you feel at home that year?
I like your personality. So I was like, okay. Well, because when you proctor the live events, you always like throw in like some college jabs here and there. Your college too.
Yeah.
So Of course I liked it. I kept on coming back since.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep, that's good stuff. All right. First time you played the Online Championship was 2018. The first time you played the Classic, I didn't even realize this, was 2018. First time in a 14-team format, and you won the overall title. I mean, who does that? Yeah, I didn't see any other Classics before 2018.
I'm glad you have the history. That's why when Tom asked me to fill out that questionnaire for the write-up, he asked me, like, when did you start? I was like, you have to ask Greg. I don't know. I don't have this data.
I've got it all. I've got it all.
I didn't know that. But yeah, it was, the reason why I probably won it is because I had no preconceived knowledge of it, and it's a different animal.
Yeah.
I struggled with it now. See, the more I know, the worse I do.
Well, the thing is, everybody leaves with a hole in their roster in that 14-teamer, right? It could be a flex position, it could be your tight end, it could be your RB2, but I mean, it's so deep that you're going to have a hole there. But honestly, that was the first year you won. You won a league title. The second year, 2019, you won a league title again. Finished 11th overall that year. You won a Super League title in 2020. I mean, you continue to win online championships. I mean, Wilson, your resume is starting to look pretty damn good with 2 overall titles. So I'm just saying, you're on the radar there. So keep on going. But are you surprised with how well you've done in seriously a short amount of time, 2013?
Yes and no. I don't think anybody can expect to win an overall because it's so darn difficult. And the odds are against you. But the first thing is you got to enjoy playing. So if you don't enjoy doing the work and digging for all the smallest edges, it's not going to be fun. So you have to have some kind of psychosis, like I do, to do that kind of stuff in draft in February. So it's. I'm not saying I expected it, but I worked my butt off to try to see. But I don't try to say, oh yeah. So that's surprising.
Yeah, absolutely. You got to grind. You got to like grinding though too. You got to like drafting. Got to like the fab, and you got to stay on it for 17 weeks for sure. All right.
Yes.
We talked about you like third round reversal in the NFFC. We also give you KDS, so you kind of pick where you want to draft and stuff. You probably have drafted all over the board as you prepare for the big money ones, but do you have a KDS preference right now with the way things are going, and what's going to look like for you when we get to the live events for your KDS?
Of course, I want to say I like the top of the draft, one to 4. Well, maybe 1 to 3. We had some news last couple of days, but it's easier for the sake that the first round pick, the most important pick, is not that difficult. Just pick whoever's available. I think this year, what's going to happen is I've been getting in the middle. I don't like today. I just drafted from the 6th one, and it's like the 3rd time in the last 2 weeks I'm from the 6th one. So I purposely diversify. But I think once we get in the prime time or Las Vegas, I want the ends. But I'm okay with the middle. Maybe you're like the fantasy gods sending me a signal to say practice drafting in the middle. That's where it is.
It's very possible. That's for sure. All right. Last one here. Any trends you're seeing so far in the draft rooms? I mean, we talked with the other guys. Wait on QBs. The QBs have really fallen compared to past years. Anything else you're seeing in the draft room right now?
I would agree. With what you just said. I don't remember when QBs. I'm talking about like decent QBs, starting QBs. I'm not talking about QB like 18 or something. That's going in round 9 and 10.
I know.
So I think when Tom asked me on his serious, am I a late round quarterback guy? I was like, generally, but sometimes you see someone like I got last night. Yeah, last night in the best ball, I got Jalen Hurts in the 10th round. I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
No, it was in the OC side. I didn't get my draft confused. I'm like, well, I mean, is that considered early? Because he's been going. He used to go like the first 6 picks, first 6 quarterbacks.
First 6 quarterbacks. Yeah.
Now Jaden Daniels is living in the 9th round.
Yep.
Shoot, I've seen him in the 10th round.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe that's early quarterback. I don't know what is that now because Drake May last year, I drafted him in the 12th round. Maybe that's the new trend.
No, you're absolutely right. I mean, I just did an OC live stream the other night. I mean, there are only 2 quarterbacks in the first 7 rounds, right? You started seeing Lamar going like 9th round, end of 8th round in that area. Is like, holy cow. So, I mean, I've never seen it in the NFFC in our 22 years, quarterbacks going this low. And I remember, we're 6 points per passing TDs, right? And that's not even pushing the quarterbacks up. So, very, very different for sure. All right. Actually, the last one, you got any advice for folks? I mean, I know drafting online is fun. You live in Las Vegas. People should come to the live events, right? Come enjoy the fun of Caesar's Palace that we're going to have and come to the live events, right?
100% agree. Well, that's how we started, right?
Yeah, absolutely. We didn't have any online in 2004.
Yeah. So, I mean, the reason why I don't know. I mean, now I'm getting up to age. So when I first started, everyone was like in a sports bar, you know, and being in Vegas, it's a professional deal because you run a tight ship. The thing is running on time. The food is excellent. You know, you don't have to like deal with misspelled stickers or stickers in the wrong box or whatnot. But I'm not trying to trash another site or anything. But the way that you run it is just it's literally if you have like multiple drafts in a day, like 3 or 4, yours is running on schedule. You don't have to worry about I may not be able to get the first 2 rounds of my next one.
Yeah,
yours is done. We're fed, and then we're off under our next draft.
That's right.
It's the best.
You don't have to go anywhere. It's all right there. And not only that, the Coronas are cool in the back there. So if I could just get my brother to stop drinking so much, I could afford more. But he's always drinking.
He's a good guy. Say hi to Mike for me.
Yeah, I will say hi to Mike for you. I want to see him pretty soon. So, but yeah, I like the beers back there too. But no, thanks for joining us tonight, Wilson, and best of luck in all your leagues this year. I'll see you in Las Vegas at Caesar's Palace, September 9th through the 13th. And thanks again, but good luck in all your leagues this year, all right?
Thank you, Greg. Thank you for having me.
You bet, you bet. And don't forget that tomorrow, 5 p.m. Eastern, I'm going to conclude NFFC Champions Podcast Week by interviewing Sean Wilson. He's the winner of the 2025 NFFC Primetime Championship. That's right, Primetime. Join me tomorrow on the High Stakes Fantasy Network YouTube channel. And thanks, everybody, and have a great night.
Thank you for joining us on the High Stakes Fantasy Network podcast. To get in the game, go to playnfc.com.